Good night, teacher. My name is Claudia Patricia Sanchez Bravo. This is what I understand about semantics. I designed a mind map and I would like you to interpret to you. So, well, semantics is a branch of linguistics. Semantics explains the meaning of the words, studies, expressions, or word meaning. This is what a word wants to say. For instance, in this case, the word cat means an animal. Semantic has three elements, form, sound, and meaning. The form is the word. The sound is the phonology, the pronunciation of this word. And meaning is the imaging. For instance, I have a picture here, and if someone, or if I pronounce the word cat, and I don't have the cat in front, the person who I am telling the word cat is going to imagine in his or her mind a cat, an animal. So, semantics divide in two, referential and lexical. About lexical, we have ambiguity. That is a phenomenon when an expression can have different meanings. It's when a word, in this case, or expression has different meanings. Ambiguity can be homonymia and homophonia. In the case of homonymia, are words that mean the same. For instance, the word banco, that in English is bank, maybe refers to several things. For instance, a place where we keep money, save money, a group of fishes, and a chair or like a chair to sit. In the case of homophonia, are words that pronounce the same but are written different. For instance, vaya, in this case in Spanish, and vaya, that write exactly but they mean different things. Now, lexical can be homonymy in this case, structural, what goes with what. This structural refers to grammar. Referential, in this case is according to the properties of the words. And pragmatic, with one interpretation but different context, involves a situation or involving a situation. In the case of referential semantic, words can be related to in several ways. Onomatopoeia, that onomatopoeia is the sound that refers to some word. For instance, the onomatopoeia of this kitten is meow. Is the sound that a kitten does. The iconicity, that this is the picture that is referring to a kitten, and well, in this case, referential, there are conceptual theories too. Now, semantics, in the case of lexical semantics, can have sense. Sense refers to synonym of words, antonym, hyponymy, that is there, and meronymy. For instance, synonym, a word that means the same. For instance, the word a synonym of child, boy, kid. These three words are synonyms. They mean the same. The antonym. In this case, I am going to use the same example. Child is the antonym of, the antonym of kid, child is girl. Boy, girl. Black, white. Tall, small. Now, in semantics exists the pragmatics too. The pragmatics study the pronunciation, involves spelling, vocabulary, and grammar. This is lexical too. In semantic, a word refers or can have many meanings. In this case, the word rose can mean a proper name or flower. Words refers to lexemes. Lexemes for instance, the lexeme of I don't know, the lexeme of well, let me give me 1 minute, please. Talking about utterance are words that we mention just one time, anywhere, any place, anytime. For instance, in this case, the utterance is I am a teacher. Propositions are sentences that expresses true or false. For instance, the moon is the satellite of the earth. It is true. Or talking about the picture of the cat, is true that all the cats, all the kittens have whiskers. In the case of this picture, I can express the ants are big insects, which is not true, is false, because we know that all the ants are small. Now about sentences. Sentences, the word sentence refers to a group of words that join together to mean something, to give a meaning to something. In this case, I am going to use my utterance, I am a teacher, and I am become to a sentence because I am going to say, I am an English teacher. So, this is not an utterance now, it's a sentence. Sentences can be simple, compound, and complex. Simple sentences are compounding by a subject, a verb, and a complement. But the two main elements of the simple sentences are subject and main verb. My example of simple sentence is, the man went to the city. My subject, my verb, and my complement. Compound. Compound sentences are two sentences joined by a conjunction. Some examples of conjunctions are but, and, because, etc. My example is, the man, I use the same, the man went to the city and visited his old friends. My first sentence, my second sentence, and my conjunction. Complex. Complex sentences are composed by an independent and a dependent sentence. In the case of the complex sentences, the dependent sentence can depend totally of the first one, can stand alone. My example of complex sentence is this. While the man went to the city, suddenly he saw a big animal running. The dependent sentence is a big animal running because can be stand alone or went to the city. Went to the city depends on while the man went to the city. We have two kinds of language or meaning, literal and non-literal. The non-literal could be figurative too. Figurative language can be metaphor, onomatopoeia, or simile or hyperbole. Hyperbole is when you express something but I don't know how to say. In Spanish we say exagerando. The metaphor is when you use a word wanting to say something. For instance, your eyes are like stars, but are not stars, are simple eyes. Onomatopoeia is the sound of a word. For instance, this is the train. This is a train, and the onomatopoeia of the train is choo-choo. This is a bee, and the onomatopoeia is bzz. And the simile is when you compare something. For instance, Usain Bolt. I can find my reference here. Usain Bolt run as fast as a train. I am sorry, teacher. These are my reference. This is my second reference. I hope you can see. And this is the third one. Thank you, teacher.